Hello, this is Haria Owen. I am here to introduce to you a new technique. Just recently learned myself, and I think it's a really fantastic additive that you can put onto any salon menu that can really be used on any canvas. Really super easy, and it's a great way to kind of change up somebody's color for a shift of season without really getting too complicated. So I'm going to go through the process on the mannequin today and just show you quickly how easy it is. First thing I did with my mannequin is I pre-cut her. I just did a really simple, pretty much a long square layer bob with some bangs or fringe, let's say, which is going to work really nicely with this technique. You don't have to have fringe in order for this technique to work, but I chose to do that with my lady today. So the first thing we're going to start with is talk about the partings. And anytime I am starting with a technique, I always start with the 4 quadrants, just because it makes it a lot easier to split everything up. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we've got our nice 4 even quadrants. The beginning of this technique takes into the fringe, like I said before. Basically, you're going to have a triangular shape that mimics the fringe here, and then you've got 2 areas, mainly in the front 2 quadrants. They're going to diagonal back and go slightly into the back quadrants as well, but the bulk of the color is going to live in the front and these 2 top quadrants. So again, the idea is to just kind of shimmer, hence the name Shimmering Accents. Just kind of shimmer on the top surface of the hair. That's why it works really well with a bob sort of styling, that it's not overly layered, because it kind of overlays everything that's around it. Okay, so the first section, like I said, is going to be in this fringe section, so I'm just going to go ahead and isolate that out of the way. And again, you don't have to have fringe. This one does. And I am going to actually use some bobby pins to isolate my sections, just so that it's nice and clean and out of the way. You guys can see what I'm doing without too many clips in our way. So there's our first section, easy enough, right? Yeah. Then we have our second section. And as I mentioned, that's mostly going to live in this quadrant, go a little bit into the back quadrant. So we start pretty much shooting back away from that fringe area, away from the hairline, probably about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. But again, shooting off of that first triangular fringe area. So here we go, kind of shoot back here. I'm going to drop it just a little bit. A little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna match it up top. You're gonna probably get, the goal is probably around 5 to 6 foils in this section up here. So that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to just clip this out of the way for a second. And again, the bulk of it lives in this section, but I do want to take it slightly back into my back quadrant, just so it has a little bit of spill over into that back section. So just slightly back, slightly back. We have now created another section that is mostly in that side quadrant, but slightly back into that back quadrant. I'm going to pin it out of the way with our bobby pin so you can see what we did here. I'm going to leave this top section, which is pretty much like a veil over everything, out of the way temporarily till I get this section done, and then I'll clip that out of the way too, so you can actually see. So we're going to mimic what we did on this side, so kind of see where we started our last section. Again, connecting to that fringe area and directing back. Okay, mirroring it up top. Let's see, how does that look to me? Looks pretty balanced. I'm going to put a little bit more from the bottom. As long as I stay off of that hairline, I should be okay. Alright, and then, just like I did on the other side, I want to drop this back quadrant piece here and take just a slight bit from that back section and include it, because we do want it to be, you know, spill over a little bit into that back area. Okay, go ahead and twist that up, get it out of the way, bobby pin it for you guys so you can see what I've got going on here. Okay, so here is what we end up looking like. We've got our 3 sections, our 2 sides and our 2 front, which are actually going to get the foil technique done to them. Everything else around is going to be background color. So whatever foundational color you want to do just goes everywhere else. It's that simple. I've chosen today, I'm going to do a level 6 red base foundation color, and then I'm going to do a level 8 copper for my highlights, so we get a nice shimmery effect again through that red, and should be a gorgeous finish. As you can see, I've started the color process. I did the background first with our 6R, and now I'm going to go into the foiling technique, which will also have some background put into it as well, but I just wanted to go ahead and start that so that, you know, we can kind of move this along. First section we'll start with is this first side section, and I always like to put the foils as comfortable for the client as possible, which means away from the face, or down, if you will. So here we'll start with our first foil, which are basically just going to be slices. You know, you can slice, you can weave, whatever your comfort level is. I'm going to alternate. I'm going to do one slice and then make the next one a weave. So this first one will be a slice. First go a little bit thinner, obviously, because you don't want to, you know, not get good saturation with your color. So we'll start with the first color. Our highlight color is 8K. So our background is 6R and our highlight is 8K. And I am going to tap in the background or the foundation color at the root so that we just have a nice seamless transition from base to highlight. Okay. That's our first one. Like I said, the next one will be a weave. First one was a slice, second one will be a weave. And it'll be about a medium weave. Right about there. Our foil again. Work that in there. Put our 8K on that. Make sure we get good saturation. There's nothing worse than pulling all of your foils out at the end of a technique and realizing you have dry spots that, especially on a blonde, show up like, you know, stoplights. They really stand out, especially when you're going from a blonde to a red. Everybody will be able to see that. So definitely make sure that you've got enough product on that hair so that it's nice and saturated. Now the hair in between obviously is going to need some color as well. That is going to be foundation, but I'm going to come back and do those after I foil. So I'm just going to leave that out. Okay. So I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to have this piece that's out in the top, remember our veil, that will all go foundation color as well. And then of course we'll do the fringe last because we want to fold that away from the face. Same thing, slice, weave, foundational color in between, and we'll be all done with the application. So this is our finished mannequin with all of her color in, and again we made sure to make all the foils out of her face. And now she'll sit and process. We did color on, so 25 minutes. And when we come back, through the magic of video, you will see her finished look. This is our finished look. And as you can see, very subtle, but very shimmery, hence the name, Shimmering Accents. And obviously mine is a red background with some coppery hints to it, but you could definitely take this anywhere you want. And the idea is just to really get that nice coverage in the top area where you get the most seen with the fewest foils, and keeping it really simple and fun for your clients. So hopefully you enjoy this technique and that you'll be able to use it with your clients on a daily basis and have some fun with it. Thank you so much.